Are you struggling with dopamine withdrawal? Like you've given up something and you're like, I really want it back, I really want it back. Whether it's like alcohol, whether it's like social media or something else. Well, today I'm going to talk about some tips on this. So thank you for being here today on today's episode. Now, currently, I've been doing a lot of reductions of things in my life to really get me clear who I am, connected to myself as an individual, really growing as a man. Because I've been finding some wounds in me coming up and we all have an inner child that I've discovered. But yeah, mine has had a lot of wounds come up recently. So I've dedicated time to really being with myself whilst taking action, of course, still creating content, still doing business, still doing my career, but actually really working through some things that distract me and set me back. So I've been reducing social media, reducing like validation that I'm getting, and I've taken alcohol out of my life. And it is tough sometimes, really, really tough. Now, alcohol is not too bad, but there is times when you get to like the weekend, you're like, oh, I just fancy a pint or something like that, right? But I'm not, because that'll make me feel worse right in this moment. Maybe I'll have it in the future, I don't know, all right, when I'm in a good spell. But those are the things I've cut out. And do you know what? The body has gone into this like mood swing phase where it's like, I feel a lot of energy because I cut out these things, I've got mental clarity, I feel good. But there's times it's like, I miss it, I'm feeling anxious, oh, what's happening there? And it's like, oh, I can't calm down the mind. And that's normal when you quit like a dopamine addiction, right? Now, the thing is, our systems are wired for comfort, but that's not what lights a soul up. That's not what really makes you alive. Les Brown said a great quote. He said, do the easy stuff and you'll have a hard life. Do the hard stuff and your life will get easier. And I think that's totally true. But a lot of us, and me included so many times in my life, don't like to be with difficult emotions. The problem is when we're not with difficult emotions, we cannot experience the beautiful emotions naturally when they come up. So how's it helping you by avoiding difficult emotions and giving into certain things that like give dopamine, right? Because I've been guilty of it as well. So I want to share some tips if you're like really craving that dopamine hit, that instant gratification today. Number one, put systems in place. You can't rely on willpower. I talked about this in the last episode. I've heard people say it time and time again, seen it again and again. It does not work. Willpower does not work, right? You can have all, my mentor said this great phrase once, it's so true. I can have all the willpower in the world to hold on to a ledge. If you come back in a week, I am not there, right? Because that's what willpower is. It's not going to last. You need systems in place. That's why people give up things like alcohol for life who were previous alcoholics, like have communities, have practices, have sponsors in place, right? So have systems in place that allow you to win. Set yourself up to win. And accountability can be one. That's a really good one. Having connections is a key one. So if you're like really struggling with giving up something, first, and another tip, remove it from your home, right? Now, of course, if you're like giving up something like alcohol, I'm not just going to use alcohol as an example, but like there may be shops near you, right? And you're just living there. Okay, that's going to happen. So you have to think of new systems, but you can sure as anything remove alcohol from your home, right? So you have to put systems in place, and that includes accountability. Get a good accountability partner and say you're going to pay them if you mess up. The second one is get busy in your day. Get busy, like have stuff to do. This is not about suppressing your emotions, but you can make time for processing your emotions and being with them, because when you get on the other side, it's so beautiful. Like I've been in tears at times, like I've been screaming, breaking down, but because I've like withdrawn stuff and tough things are happening, I didn't run for it. I felt those. But allow yourself time to focus on things. Find some things to do. Because if you're sat with your emotions all day, that could also get you into a dark place. So having the balance is key. And then three, kind of links to what I said, have an emotional system as well. So if you get into a really tough place, don't just be like, what do I do? I'm feeling all these emotions. Have a system down. And I suggest writing down a system for dealing with your emotions before you get in an emotional, intense place, because that's what I've done. And I've shared this in a previous episode, but I'll share again. This is my system. Number one, label the emotion. What is going on right now? I'm feeling a high level of anxiety. I'm feeling a high level of stress. I'm feeling really, really down right now. Okay, label it. And I feel it. I allow myself to feel. If I need to, it's too intense, I will scream into a pillow. Right? Number 2, I then breathe. I breathe to calm myself down. I regulate. I do a 4-4-8 breath practice. I'm a somatic breath practitioner, but there are plenty of breathing exercises you can do finding on YouTube. And then number 3, after I've done that, I will then typically celebrate. I will then anchor in a feeling of gratitude and my best self. So when I've released that and I calm myself down, I'll feel like I'll remember stuff when I've been on top and I go, yes, yes, yes. Even if it's not as strong, the more I do that, the more I condition my own power back into my system. The nervous system needs training. Okay, your 4th tip is get very focused on something that's really going to serve people. Your mission, something that you love doing. I made the previous episode on that, so go back and listen to that as well if you want more on that. And then number 5 is a really key one. Exercise and eat well. It sounds very basic, but it's often overlooked. And knowing something and doing something are 2 different things. You don't know it unless you do it, all right? So make sure you're exercising, because that will help the body and the mind. And that's what you want to do. And then eating well is really, really key, because there are certain foods that can trigger off moods, and you don't want to be in that spot where you're in a real down place because you've had too much sugar and it's causing anxiety, because that's going to be hard for your dopamine addictions as well. So that's number 5 as well. So those are my tips today on dopamine withdrawal. Thank you for being here. Just to go through them again. Number 1, have systems in place so that you can cut out the addiction. This is not willpower. These are actually systems that are going to work. Accountability, paying someone if you mess up, giving yourself a reward, removing things from your environment as much as possible. Number 2, being busy. I don't like the word busy, but in this case we're fine with it. Be busy in your day, right? Have stuff to do, have things to focus on, right? As well as number 3, giving yourself time as well as doing stuff to actually process the emotions you need to. Doing both is really, really powerful. So have a system in place as well, like I shared, so you don't have to guess what to do when your emotions get high. And I'd also add this, when you even feel a little bit of a niggle, work on the emotions then before they get too intense. And then number 4, have something, a mission, a focus, a purpose, something you really love doing that's serving other people, that really gives you that energy, and schedule that in as much as possible. And then number 5, exercise and eat well. It's an essential foundation. So that's what I got for you today. I appreciate you for being here, and remember to lead with your heart and not with fear.